Hey everyone, it's Shane from your Lead Flow system. Today I wanted to share a little bit about my journey moving my practice online digitally. Let's start off with doing a little tour in Kajabi. And I'll give you some preface that when I started my business in 2015 online, I was actually first on a combination of WordPress and Teachable. And what I found was about a year into it, I had some sort of compatibility issue with a WordPress plugin and it crashed my whole site. So anybody who had enrolled in the course was unable to access anything that they'd enrolled or paid for. My whole site was inaccessible. I had to pay all this money to get it restored. It was a nightmare. And so at the time, Kajabi was really what I saw as the most relevant product in the marketplace, and it's changed so much since then. But I invested a lot of time and energy into it. I signed up during the holidays and got a special where they offered me 2 websites, which I thought would be fine. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. I proceeded to try to move my PT business, my online health and wellness business, and also my book onto Kajabi. Well, first thing out of the gate that I noticed was that I could only select one URL. So like the navigation menu, like I had a hard time directing to people depending on their customer journey. I had a hard time really managing that on this platform. And so what I was saying is that the domain, you can pick a custom domain, but you can only pick one domain. For instance, on Kajabi, if you were Water's Edge Physical Therapy on one and you wanted to sell a book, your book landing page is going to say Water's Edge Physical Therapy. But if your book was about, I don't know, women's rights or something totally different, but you just wanted to sell that because it was another part of your personality as a dynamic entrepreneur, your domain would be the Water's Edge Physical Therapy / your book about women's rights or whatever it was. It just was really hard to find congruency in the branding. That was my experience. I also got really frustrated because you had limitations on how many products, how many funnels you could have. And as an entry point for a user who had just experienced a WordPress meltdown, it was fine. It worked. But if I was going to redo it all over again, I probably wouldn't do it that way. Also, if you want access to HTML code, say you drag and drop a beautiful landing page, but then you wanted to cut and paste that URL code and put it somewhere else, you have to actually pay even more. So I'm paying $1.99, I believe, for 2 websites. That's a pretty steep amount for only 2 sites and a limited number of products and funnels. One of the things that they will plug in Kajabi is their ability to use predictive AI to help you build your first course. And I can see where that could be beneficial. I do get that, but I also think you could use other tools and resources. Just so you can see it, I'm going to go through it. I actually have mixed feelings about it, but let's use this example of getting back to serve after cervical disc replacement, 5 steps in stretching and strengthening combined with mindset to help you get back to serve. Okay, so use this info to generate the content. You could toggle that off. I'm going to leave it on just so you can see the experience and you can evaluate this yourself. Obviously, you can color photos, whatever. Payment method, Kajabi payments, if you pay for the most expensive version, is actually, I believe, a 0% fees. Maybe if you're doing high volume, that is a consideration. I'm going to skip that for now. And then, I have to make this a price. Let's just make that 97. Again, just making stuff up as we go. And as you can see, their content wizard is going to basically create my course outline for me. I brainstorming, you need some help, it's not bad. But honestly, this wouldn't be what I would put in my course. It makes recommendations about how you can do a mini course for free and then at what point you add a paywall. And as you can see, it pretty much did this. Now, I don't know if it actually generates the content. Yeah, it did. It predictively generated all the content. something that you need to be in Kajabi to do, so be it. I would argue that this may not be your brand voice. This may not be the content that you want to put out in the world. And then also it might not be the workflow of the outline of the course. And if you wanted that, that's why there's Claude and that's other GPT and all that, GenSpark, all the different things. I just don't know that that's enough of a tool. This is Kajabi. And the reason why I'm here today is because I actually have some content that's been living over here that I needed to move back over to Go High Level. I didn't have time to do it before my subscription expired. So I actually had to pay to get back in so I could get that content and move it finally over. I switched everything to Go High Level about 2 years ago, and there's some things that just didn't make the move, but I was considering some of the content that I'd created for a project, wanted to get back in here. So then I found out in order for me to even be able to cut and paste for my HTML code, actually, let's go this way. If I wanted to do that, let's say I wanted to, oh, these are under products. Hold on. I'll go to website pages. I just want to prove a point. This is absolutely absurd to me. If I wanted to go in and get my code, modify the code, it's going to force me to a plan upgrade. Currently in my plan, you can see 15 funnels, 2 websites, place where I could just cut and paste HTML code, which is not too big of an ask. I've got to pay $400. At that point, if I move to a $400 price point, I can have 100 products and 100 funnels. 3 sites. Keep in mind, 1 site, 1 URL. There's no subdomains, or you can't have multiple pages with different domains. It does offer a 0% transaction fee at this level, which is cool, but I don't know. I'm not sold. So that's Go High Level. So for those of you who haven't ever experienced using Go High Level, I'm currently inside of one of my many sub accounts. You can see I have all these sub accounts, right? Go High Level is a CRM. It is a website content creator, social media planner. It is a funnel creator. It's got a power dialer. You can text, you can voice drop, you can integrate AI so that you have infinite follow-up systems in your business. You can create communities. And that's what I wanted to show you, just from if you're a health and wellness or any kind of entrepreneur and you're like, oh, I want to create a course and you're trying to figure out what's the best way, I would highly, highly, highly suggest grab the URL. It's my affiliate link. Yes, it is an affiliate link. I am telling you, hop on, try it for a couple weeks. We can book a call, message me, and I can walk you through my best take based on my experience of what tools you may need. If the software is too overwhelming, we can custom create a solution for you that will just pare it down and make it more simple if that is overwhelming. Let's go to products. I moved most of these over back in the day. I just didn't move the website over. But when you do create a product, or if you are a Kajabi subscriber and you've been running into similar issues, you can literally import your course literally straight from Kajabi. You just have to make sure that the access is all set up, and it will literally pull those over. So in terms of grabbing content and moving your courses, they've figured that out. There's a lot of different things you could do. A branded app. One of the things Kajabi is nice on mobile, I will say that, but you could do the same thing here. You could go, if you have ever heard of Skool, SKOOL, that's Alex Hormozi's platform. They've got a similar thing here called Go Collab. And so you're able to activate that and build your online community there if you're not happy just having a course. That is pretty incredible. And again, you can monetize this. Basically, you can create as many offers as you want. So I've logged in over here, create offer. I don't know, it's the 4th of July, 4th of July sale. And then you could grab one of your products. In fact, you can grab them all and make it a big sale. And you're going to make, free for today. I don't know, whatever you want to do. You can create a payment link, and the payments for this course also, just similarly to Kajabi, the interface. You'll also be able to grab your custom code editor. Everything that you basically would have had in Kajabi is here. I'm going to delete that offer for now. Yeah, so I hope this gives you some lay of the land to why I feel high level is a great opportunity. Let me just show you lastly before I head off this video. Remember how I said in Kajabi you could only have a certain number of products and a certain number of funnels? Here, if you want to have all different kinds of funnels, you can do that. You can start from blank. You can use Funnel AI, or you can use a proven template. It's all right here for you. You can create as many as you want. Websites, same thing. Recently, there's new integration, integrate Search Atlas with your websites if you want to research your competitors and be top of the list on Google and SEO. This tool is available. There's just so many different things. If you are a poor soul, as I would say, still stuck on WordPress, and I'm only saying that because I was there, you can actually host your WordPress here and use this as a solution similar to how I tried to do it with Teachable. I still don't love that, but look, if you needed to move your WordPress, it's available to you here. If you wanted to integrate your brand board, your companies, anything here, it's all customizable. Hopefully that's a good start for now. You can do webinars, all kinds of stuff. Again, my name's Shane, and I have a business called Your Lead Flow System, and we help Gen X, people, health and wellness entrepreneurs and providers, hybridize your business online and get you out of the clinic so you have a little bit more time freedom, a little bit more location freedom, whether you're just tired of being indoors or maybe you have an aging parent. That is what I do. I will help you do it. I've been doing this for 10 years and I'm passionate to help health and wellness providers succeed, and I really am passionate about Go High Level and happy to help you. Grab my affiliate link if you haven't tried Go High Level before and you're not on there, or if you want to book a call, you can do so on the link below. Thanks. Bye.